Welcome everyone. My name is Nikos, aka Sephir, and this is Out of the Box, EDH. Continuing my unique builds for the Final Fantasy series, today I will talk about Vivi Ornitier from Final Fantasy IX, one of the most tragic characters in the Final Fantasy lore, but also one of the most beloved ones. Let's see what Vivi has to offer. Is it colors? 3CMC, 03 Wizard. With 0, add X mana in any combination of blue and or red, where X is Vivi Ornitier's power. Activate only during your turn and only once each turn. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a +1/+1 counter on Vivi Ornitier and it deals 1 damage to each opponent. I love his design. His abilities are very powerful, you can easily build around him, but you have to go through hoops to actually break him. I expect most people will go for the Quicksilver Elemental infinite mana interaction or to just play him in a Spellslinger theme. My build will be based on a different concept though. Basically, a mixture of two concepts. The first one is Mutate. Izzet offers a variety of mutate creatures that we will use on Vivi for two reasons. The first one is that by putting the mutate creature on top, we turbocharge Vivi's base power, thus its Vivi activation gives much more mana. The second one is that by mutating Vivi, we actually turn him into a non-legendary creature that we can clone far easier. And with that, we move to the second theme of the deck, cloning. Each Vivi will trigger separately, and while we can't clone the counters on each Vivi, we clone the entire creature, aka with all its mutates. Thus, our cloned Vivis will also have the base power and toughness of the mutation, and of course, all these can be mutated further, triggering a variety of mutating abilities. We will focus in non-creature clone effects so that our Vivis will grow much easier. Let's move to the actual cards of the deck. First, let's talk about our mutations. Dreamtail Heron and Sea Dasher Octopus provide with card draw, while Porcuparrot can be a very effective damage dealer. Everquill Phoenix grants evasion, Pouncing Swordshark and Souvenir Snatcher can be a pain to fight against, while Archipelagor is that, but plus a huge body for Vivi. Finally, the deck's best mutation is probably Lord Drakis, that we can recur any instant or sorcery we want. And if we manage to clone it, bounce the original, and put it in the clone, creating a Lord Drakis on Vivi, then many crazy shenanigans can happen. Speaking of copying, let's move to the clones. Cackling Counterpart, Determined Iteration, and Quasi-Duplicate all can create a copy of our mutated Vivi. Irenicus Vile Duplication doesn't even need for Vivi to be mutated since it creates a non-legendary copy. Season of Weaving is both a mass removal, card draw, or multiple clone creator. And remember, when you put a mutate in a token, you can choose to either keep it a token or a non-token permanent. Will of the Temur can create a buffed copy of Vivi and also draw us cards. Replication Technique can also create multiple Vivis. 3 Steps Ahead works both as a clone effect and protection, while Vesuvan Duplimancy might be the best card in the deck, creating non-legendary copies and triggering with each mutate we play. Finally, there are plenty of shenanigans to explore with Mirage Mirror. For card advantage, we have Nymph Mizzet, who triggers each time our Vivis ping our opponents. Curiosity and Ophibian Eye are powerful and popular cards, so you can use them as well if you like. We have one-time effects like Lorien Revealed, Seagate Restoration, or the before mentioned Season of Weaving. Finally, the increased number of instants and sorceries in the deck allow us to play both Archmage Emeritus and Archmage of the Runes. Our ramp is quite simple and mostly artifact based, which honestly helps trigger Vivi even more. Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Talisman of Creativity, Izzet Signet, Felwar Stone, Liquid Metal Torque, Thought Vessel, and Mindstone are all there. Since we will play Vivi quite early in the game, you can also go for a Mox Amber if you like. Finally, the deck will play a number of reducers like Artist's Talent, Sapphire Medallion, Helm of Awakening, and Case of the Ransacked Lab. For protection, we will use the classics An Offer You Can't Refuse, Swansong, Arcane Denial, Counterspell, Muddle the Mixture that also works as a tutor, as well as March of the Swirling Mists that can be used to either phase out a number of our Vivis or just take out temporarily a number of threats. Our removal package is small but simple enough. Pongify, Rapid Hybridization can deal effectively with any kind of creatures. Snap can bounce a creature of our opponents or ours effectively and at no cost, while Chaos Warp is a classic all-around staple. We will need a couple of cantrips as well that will help to increase the power of our Vivis at minimum cost, but mostly to smoothen our draws. Ponder, Preordain, Brainstorm, Serum Visions, and Gitaxian Probe are all in. Finally, some cards worth to be mentioned are Shadow Spear that can give lifelink to our Vivi, Sensei's Divining Top that can be played every turn for positive mana, Shark Typhoon that helps in creating board presence for offensive or defensive purposes, and Proft's Eidentic Memory that can extra buff our Vivis. All this leaves us with 33 lands. We'll start with the classics: Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Steam Vents, Scalding Tarn, Thundering Falls, Training Center, and Cascade Bluffs. Prismatic Vista and Fabled Passage will help with shuffling our top. Otawara, Mistrise Village, Maze of Ith, and the Reliquary Tower will also help us, while Mystic Sanctuary is a fetchable non-permanent spell recur option. Finally, Urza's Saga and Urza's Cave help with both the board presence and for tutoring a number of small artifacts in the list. All this leaves us about 16 spots for basics, giving priority to the islands because of the color distribution in the deck. And that's my Vivi Ornitier list. A mutate clone one. I will put the list in the description below. And if you liked what you saw, then consider joining my Discord for free, where all my personal and public lists are uploaded. See you around! Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.